Hello, JMU Nation. Dave Thomas, the radio play-by-play voice for JMU football and men's basketball. Back spending some time with a couple of very popular guys from JMU Nation. Aaron Stinnie, Josh Wells of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, of course, appearing in Super Bowl 55 coming up next week. We're joined this week by Chris Brooks from the Athletic Communication Office at JMU Athletics. And, of course, if you see at JMU Football on Twitter, you're seeing the handiwork of Chris Brooks. Welcome, guys, and congratulations, first of all, to Aaron and Josh.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Well, guys, congratulations. You're headed off to your first Super Bowls in your careers. First, we'll go Josh and then Aaron. Just talk about how's it feel and then what's the vibe like in the locker room as we're a week away from Super Bowl 55?
Yeah, it's an exciting time. We've worked hard to get here. Hope to get a win next Sunday, but just continuing to work. We've been back to practice this week and just taking it one day at a time to get there.
And then Aaron, just what can you say about getting ready to play for a Super Bowl?
It's exciting, man. It's a lot of excitement going on with everything. You can see it all around town. Everybody's excited. As far as the locker room, it's good vibes in there. Everybody knows what's at stake and the opportunity that we have and presented to ourselves. So, we're excited to get working for it.
Let's talk about this week in particular, guys. And Aaron, we'll start with you. Has this week been different? You've had bye weeks throughout the regular season before, but this is an off week leading up to the Super Bowl. Has it been any difference for you?
No, not really. Not too much. Had our couple of days off and then, able to get in and, start working on the game plan and getting into practices and making sure everybody's getting their bodies back intact and ready for the game. So pretty much kind of keeping it the same.
Josh, has that been important for you to sort of keep that normalcy, especially since you guys get to play at home?
Absolutely. Like I said earlier podcasts, I think it's important to just it's work, honestly, and treat it like work. And took a couple days after the game to enjoy it and realize where we were. But as soon as Thursday came around and we're back to normal work, it was usually like it is.
Aaron, you got your first career start in the divisional round at New Orleans. Talk about going through that week and how did that experience, getting that kind of experience in the playoffs, help you leading into last week's conference title game at Green Bay?
Definitely helps out a lot. Going into the first one, being the first start, it's a lot of different things going through your mind, a lot of different nerves and stuff like that because it is the first game. So being able to go into that one, have it go, and then, leading into the next one, it was definitely able to tie off a lot of those nerves and have me more settled for the next game.
Yeah. Talk about maybe some differences. And Josh, and you can chime in here too, because you've started at the NFL level as well, even earlier this season with the Bucs. Talk about, is there any difference of maybe whether it's extra media you do, anything that you have to do to maybe balance some of those extra requests, while still the goal at the end of the day is to play your best and help your team win. So was there any challenges there, or is it's just another thing you have to do, but you don't lose sight of what's important?
Nah, it's kind of like just another thing that you have to do. In college we'd have, media right after practice and stuff like that. It's kind of the same at this level. It's kind of incorporated into your schedule. So, you're not really doing too much going out of your way to do things. And, the conversations are pretty much about what's going on during that week. So you're staying focused on what you're focused on in the regular week with the conversations on the interviews.
And Josh, kind of going off that, how important has it been to keep that normalcy, keep things the same, not try to do anything out of the ordinary that's helped y'all all season long?
Yeah, like I said, I think everyone in the building knows the number one goal is to win. Even the guys our media guys that set up those things know the number one goal is to win. So if something's conflicting with that, they take care of us. And like I said, for Stinnie to step in when he stepped in is huge. People don't understand when you don't play for a while and then you get thrown in, the speed of the game and having the ability to be able to do that is incredible. And it's taken guys like Stinnie stepping in, and I've stepped in a couple times, and guys that have kind of filled their role and have kind of handled all of the things that come along with it, but knowing at the end of the day, it's a performance-based job.
Josh, you're on your second team. You've been in the league a while, been into the playoffs a couple of times, but now your first Super Bowl. Have you taken any time to think about your journey from when you were the quarterback that went to tight end, that went to offensive line, who's now playing in the Super Bowl? Have you taken any time to think about that this week?
A little bit. Had a couple interviews from like back home and things like that, and that kind of brings it up. And had a couple days off, like I said, after the game, and it all feels like Stinnie said, pretty normal. It all feels normal right now, and I'm sure after the game is over and things kind of settle down, and you have time to look back and realize, man, that was awesome. But it is very. It feels like work right now. We've been working for over 6 months now this season, so it does feel pretty normal, and I really like that. For me, being around my family and keeping things normal, I guess there's no better word. But yeah, it's been exciting. I took a little bit of time, but it still just hasn't really clicked. And I've been treating it in our O-line room, especially been treating it as another game we need to go perform and we need to go win.
And Aaron, what about you? Because we just talked with you the last time about, the 5% tattoo, indicating that little scholarship you got when you came to JMU. And now here you are starting in the Super Bowl. Have you taken time to reflect on the journey? Because your journey's not been all that long, to be honest.
Yeah, like Will said, definitely took a little bit of time, here and there thinking about it. Whenever I talk to my parents, we had like a little talk about the whole, the story of, how things have been going. But, that's something that, I'm trying to pretty much holding off to, reflect on after the game. I want to have all my focus on what's at hand right now with the opportunity of this game. And, once it's all said and done, then, go ahead and reflect back on everything, because it's definitely been a wild journey so far.
JMU Nation's really excited for you guys. I don't know if you've seen everything on social media or Facebook or Twitter, everything that's been talking about since you guys won last weekend. Have y'all seen some of that love and support, from your alma mater, and what does that mean to each of you? And Josh, we'll start with you. What is just the love and support of your alma mater that, even for you, you've been gone for 7 years, but to still see that love, what's that mean to you?
Yeah, you asked Stinnie, I'm pretty disconnected for the most part. I have an Instagram, things like that, but I'm just busy, work, family, kids, and but it's been, the people that have reached out to me, especially personally, it means a lot. There's a lot of guys that I played with that I haven't talked to in a while, and it's cool how sport can bring people back around in your life, I guess. You went through all these things in school, and then you kind of go off and you get a job and you get a family and you kind of move away. And it's cool how going to the Super Bowl has really brought conversations and people back into my life. Just to even reach out and just say, hey, congratulations. That's awesome. How is your family? And but it's definitely, JMU's a special place. I had special bonds there with people. And it's cool how football has kind of been the connecting thing as we've gone separate ways.
Aaron, how about you? What are you feeling with all the love from JMU Nation?
Man, it's awesome. In school, being in school, we always felt the love of JMU Nation, the way they showed out for games there. So, to be able to be out of school now for 3 years and, being in the league, you still got all the same people showing love and showing support. It's awesome. The support that JMU Nation gives off it's amazing. We have a great base there, and a great, system that everybody has there, that the love that they have for their former players and stuff is awesome.
You guys did something this year that a lot of people said couldn't be done. Play a complete season during a pandemic. And not saying that it was easy, because we all know that it wasn't. You guys know better than us, of course. Now, your former teammates, Aaron and Josh, the guys who play where you went to school, are getting ready to embark on what a lot of people say can't be done, and that's a spring football season during a pandemic. So ask each of you, what kind of advice would you give these guys for doing something that a lot of people say is going to be really hard to do and maybe an uphill battle?
Man, I'd say you just, the way that we've had to do it, you just had to buy in and hunker down into all the protocols, that they have in place to be able to allow the season to go on. there's definitely going to be a lot of sacrifices that you have to make to allow it to happen. But, you know, being that it's, you know, football, like with the league, you know, it's football. We're here to be playing football. So, you know, you got to buy into what you have to do. You know, it's kind of the same with college. You know, there's going to be some sacrifices you have to make, and you just got to buy into the protocol so that you can actually do what you're there to do, which is play ball.
Josh, you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree 100%. Like you said, I think sacrifice is the biggest word. I think that's what we've had to do. And honestly, I think they might have a tougher time making those sacrifices. Like they're surrounded with school and parties and all that comes with it. Here, like I've said, it's like our job, and it's been tough. You've kind of had to disconnect and cut ties with a lot of people, and like going out to dinner and things like that, and the getting tested every single day since July, and all this stuff that comes with it. But for us to be sitting where we are, for making the sacrifices and things like that, it's some of those guys' last year of playing football ever, or their last chance to show that they can play at the next level. So even if they don't feel like doing it at the time, the younger guys, you've got to realize about those guys and make the sacrifice for your teammates. And you're all in it together for sure.
Well, I'll tell you, after practice today, Coach Signetti had the team socially distanced, of course, as they're doing their post-game chat. And he told them, he used the word availability, that we need everyone to make the right choices so that you're available to practice, you're available to play. Don't have people over at your house that don't need to be there. Make all the right decisions. So, you know, I'm confident that our guys, I think as they've seen teams like yourself able to make those sacrifices, as you said, that hopefully, you know, not just JMU, but other teams take it to heart, and hopefully we're able to get this thing off the ground. Kind of just looking back at this season that you've had so far, you know, people talk about kind of enjoying the ride and living in each moment. You know, first, you know, Josh, we'll start with you. Tell us, how have you enjoyed this ride this season? And maybe at sometimes a roller coaster of a season. And then what moments stand out to you so far through this journey to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I think the more of the enjoyment part will come once I can sit back and reflect on the year. I mean, we, in the O-line room especially, we keep it fun, we keep it light, and win or lose on Sunday, when you come back into work Wednesday, it's about winning the next week. And we do a good job of coming off of whatever happened Sunday and kind of regrouping and having our own little fun within our room and keeping things light, but knowing the main goal is to win. But yeah, I mean, it was awesome to start again, to play again and try to help contribute to the team, getting to where we needed to go. But I think the whole thing, I mean, it's a different team this year. I've never been really a part of anything like this kind of team and the kind of staff and how we go about things. And with football being the importance, but also and having fun along the way with realizing what we're trying to get done, with the leadership that comes from the coaches and the players. And it's just a cool thing to be a part of. And that's what I'm really grateful about, is being a part of this team and being able to be a part of all this. And I think that's where my enjoyment comes from.
Aaron, how about you? And any moments stand out to you since you've arrived in Tampa, especially this season?
Man, it's definitely been a roller coaster. You know, like you were saying, you know, Wells is right. You know, the excitement piece and all that, you know, I think that'll definitely come when you're able to sit back and reflect, because it's been a crazy ride and you've just been dialed in so much. I think one of the biggest pieces for me is, you know, just seeing how, you know, the way that our season has been going and seeing how many different people on our team have been able to step up in different situations when, you know, when the teams needed them to. It's been a wild time. You know, we've had people not able to play because of COVID issues, or we've had people not able to play because of different injuries. And, you know, everybody's been able to step up in those opportunities and moments and, you know, thrive and help the team out in all those situations. So that's definitely been something great and exciting to see.
We talked about you guys making history playing through a pandemic. You're on a historical team, the first team ever to play in your own stadium in the Super Bowl. Josh, let's go with you with this one first. What does it mean to this team to be able to give this to the city of Tampa and to the fan base?
It's exciting. It really is. I mean, from our facility and in the practice field, you can see the stadium. You can see the banners that they've hung and everything for the Super Bowl, and it's kind of, everyone's like, oh, we don't look over there and stuff, but whatever. I mean, we take some time to realize how cool it is, to realize that this community, I've been here 2 years now, has been incredible. Being supportive and things like that, and come to the game and just being a part of it. It's exciting to bring it here, and it's exciting to be a part of it for sure.
Aaron, your thoughts on that?
It's huge. It's huge to be able to bring it back for the city, for the town. It's awesome, honestly. Because it's just something that when it was first put out there where the Super Bowl was going to be at, everybody's like, oh my God, like how awesome would it be to have a home team playing in the Super Bowl? So, to be able to actually make that want come to for the community around here, I think that's awesome. It's definitely amazing.
As we draw closer to this game and we're getting ready to get into Super Bowl game week, let's talk pregame rituals. Aaron, start with you. What's a must do before every game? I can speak for myself. Like, I know Dave has to wear a certain kind of thing, in the press box calling his game. I have to go to Mr. J's and get my bagel sandwich before every game at Bridgeforth. So what pregame rituals, what's a must for Aaron Stinnie before you hit the field?
Oh man. A must, I gotta go hit my couple laps around the field. I go walk a couple laps around the field, just kind of take everything in. And, then after I hit my warm up and all that, my man as well as I come in, I have me 2 sandwiches every time I come in. Gotta eat those so I can go ahead, get that fuel in before the game. Then, y'all know me, my typical, I got my headphones on and I'm dancing around. That's my usual deal. So gotta do those and listen to a few different songs before every game. So those are my must-haves, really.
What's your go-to songs that really get you hyped and ready to go?
Oh man. Listening to, always put on Sense 6 by Key Glock. Wells' favorite song, Gray Area, 2 Chainz.
Oh, that's crazy. That song is crazy. Don't listen to that song. Hey, don't put that song on around your family. Don't do it. Don't do it. That's crazy.
Listen, it gets you into a certain mindset that you should be in to go play in the game. I gotta put it on. It gets you right.
Different tactics.
But those are a couple of them, man. So
yeah. Josh, what about you? And any rituals that or anything you have to do from the time you get to the stadium, or even from the time you wake up before you make it to the stadium to get you in that mindset?
Yeah, I'm always, no matter what time pregame meal is, I'm eating spaghetti. 9 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock, doesn't matter. It's just what I do. It's what I've always done since I got to the NFL. I'm not much music before the game. I'm more just my thoughts and talking to myself and just about what I kind of need to do. I think about my family a lot, honestly. And then go on the field, do my normal warm up, same warm up, same thing every time. And then I can start getting ready exactly an hour before I get on the field. That's kind of, it's kind of broken up different, but if I go on the field at 12:30, I start getting ready at 11:30 and kind of roll through. And then once I'm all taped up, I get on my knees and pray. Pray, I don't know, a couple minutes, whatever's on my heart. And then I'm ready. Kind of go on the field and kind of do what I need to do.
You guys talked about you're representing for Tampa, for the city there, obviously, and for this organization, but you're also representing JMU and honestly FCS schools across the country, where they say you come from a small school, you're not big enough, you're not fast enough, you're not strong enough to come from a school. And of course you got Earl there with you on the practice squad. So 3 guys from one school at the FCS level to be there in the Super Bowl represented like this. Is there a sense of pride both of you have to represent JMU?
There definitely is for me. Stinnie's kind of been along the same journey. I mean, I walked on to JMU, and there's been plenty of people that tell you, obviously it doesn't matter whatever they tell you. But yeah, I would say kind of how my journey through JMU, and I'm sure Stinnie's journey through JMU, having an opportunity to come there and then play football for such a great university. They gave us an opportunity to put our talents on display to get us to where we are today. And I think between the name on the back of my jersey, glorifying God, and then James Madison University are three things I definitely take to heart and play for and try to represent when I play.
Aaron, what do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely take pride. Definitely want to put on for JMU. Love to help continue to put it on the map even more. JMU, they took a chance on me coming out of high school, where who knew the little D lineman was going to turn into an O lineman at the time. So I definitely love the fact that they took that chance on me coming out, and so definitely always got love for them and want to do them right.
Guys, I have one more. It might be a loaded question, might be a simple answer for you, but like Aaron, what it feels like to hold up the trophy at the end of your season, and you've been to the national championship twice. Josh, you've been part of playoffs both at the college and pro level. But for each of you, and Aaron, we'll start with you. What would it mean at the end of the night on February 7th if you're holding the Lombardi Trophy and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as world champions? What would that mean to you?
Man, that mean the world to me. That's, you can't, that there's nothing higher than that one. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like you want to be able to get, like, whenever you're playing, you always want to hit different milestones. When you're in college, you want to hit that national championship, because there's nothing higher than that you can hit. So, and then your next goal is you want to make it to the next level, because it's like there's nothing higher than that. So if you're able to get to the next level and get that Super Bowl title on your name, that's forever etched onto you, and you're in that history book. That'd be an amazing thing to be able to do.
Josh, what would it mean to you to be a Super Bowl champion here a week from now?
Yeah, I would really like it, because you can't buy it. You can't pay for it.
It's true.
No matter how much money you have in this world, you can't say you're a Super Bowl champ. I think just knowing the sacrifice that it takes to get there individually, then as a team, the sacrifices of my parents, I think it would mean a lot to me, because it would mean a lot to them. They've always been proud of me, but these past couple of weeks, just having conversations with them, you can just see the joy they're getting from it. So I think for me, it would mean a lot to me because of that. And the fact that you can't buy it, and you've got to earn it. And you work for it. And like Stinnie said, it's the pinnacle of what we do as professionals. And to be able to say you've done it would be huge.
Well, guys, you've been gracious with your time a couple of times with us this year. We greatly appreciate that. We know you've got a lot going on this week, so we'll let you get back to time with your families or to your own time. But best of luck. Congratulations to this point. We hope maybe the next time we talk to you, we are talking to a couple of Super Bowl champions. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
And for those that want to know, you can watch these guys and their Buccaneers take on the Kansas City Chiefs next Sunday, 6:30 on CBS. Don't miss it, as our NFL Dukes look to become world champs.